Alright, I'm just gonna assume that's working. Alright, fine. I'll check the stream manager. Just double check that's all fine. Yeah, that looks like that's all okay. Okay, cool. Back to close that and open that and open that. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Umineko, episode 6. I feel like I have vertigo edition. That's got nothing to do with the game. I just feel like I have vertigo. I've just had this weird sort of dizziness sensation for like since Wednesday and it hasn't been going away. So I'll probably see a doctor about that at some point soon, but I also want to read and play some video games. So yeah, I'll see what happens and how I feel. And if my eyes start doing any like weird shit or something, it could be interesting to have this as an example of to like show them. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, yeah, welcome back to Umineko. We are on episode 6. Last time, so episode 6 has started. The end of episode 5, basically, Battler, what? He didn't win. Battler found out the truth. He apparently knows the plot. He knows why everything is happening and why everything happened the way it did. He's not going to tell us that because he's not going to tell us all the answers. Because if he tells us that, then there wouldn't be a game anymore. So, instead, what the plot is he is basically just putting on the game himself this time to show that he understands everything and to basically, I guess, kind of take revenge against Erica for being a bitch to his whole family last timeline, and also just he's trying to like revive Beatrice because Beatrice is like dead, and he sort of revived her somehow, but it's not the same Beatrice because she's like basically born anew and doesn't have all of her memories, and so she's almost like reincarnated or something. And he's like, this isn't the same Beatrice. I want the old Beatrice back, and obviously that can't happen or something. Oh yeah, also Ange isn't dead in the end. Ange is in fact Ange is watching this game under the eye of another witch named Featherine, who has the most garish dress I have ever seen. Yeah, it's basically just it's terrible. But yeah, anyway, so I guess she's wants to watch the game. So now she is making Ange watch the game or something like that. I'm only just realizing, Ali Cat, now that you're making that joke about the fact that you can only see a little bit of me on the screen. I explained this last time. It's just the webcam I've got is tied into my laptop, and I like having my laptop a little bit, wider than 90 degrees because I can just see the screen better. So that just kind of means that you can't really see much of me, but it's just the way things. It's easier for me to read like that. Okay, just joking. Fair enough. But anyway, if you are curious as to why you can only see like a bit of my head sometimes, that's why. I want to actually be able to see the screen as opposed to like having it be kind of glary and black and whatever. Although I guess I could always just wipe it down and maybe that. I don't know. Anyway, so we're back with Umineko. So basically, the sixth game has started. I got the achievement being like, okay, now sort of like the events are beginning. Although it doesn't really seem like there's much change this time, except for like Shannon and Cannon had a discussion about love, and that's kind of about it. So if there's going to be any crazy changes, I guess we'll see. Who knows? Yeah, I think this was. Yeah, this is all the same as usual. I think. This is your first time meeting Goda-san and Kanon-kun, isn't it, Butler-kun? It's my first time meeting Butler, too. Does my face really look that bright today? Oh, it looks that way to me as well. Did something good happen? Do I really look that different? Huh? Oh, you aren't usually the type to come out and say hello of your own accord. That's probably why everyone was surprised. I apologize for not going with you earlier, milady. Or maybe this is maybe I can't remember. I can't remember how it happened in the first timeline. It's been too long. Huh? Oh, don't worry about that. I'm the one who's sorry for asking you to come all the way out to Nijima with me to meet everyone. I didn't have anything particular to do. You were just so dazzling that I couldn't bear to be with you. I was just weak. Did something happen, Kanon-kun? Shannon says she's going to get married. I see. So George Nissan is going to propose this time after all. Going to propose this time after all. I decided that I would stop working here if Nissan ever quit. I know. So are you going to quit too, Kanon-kun? I'm not sure anymore. I feel that if I quit, I might lose sight of something you've revealed to me. Shining like the sun. Man, in Battler's game, suddenly everything's getting romantic as shit. Lady Jessica. I love you. Oh, shit. New music and everything. I love... Oh, shit. You live your life like the sun, and I want to try walking that path alongside you. I have a feeling that with you, I'll be able to break free from the me that I despise as furniture. You're not furniture, Kanon-kun, and you weren't born just so you could become a servant. Or your age be enjoying life much, much more. This is how I truly feel. I'm sorry for trying to hide it for so long. I apologize for hurting you on that day in my cowardice. That's okay. Just hearing you say that makes me happy. So, since I always want to be with you, I plan to stop being furniture. I asked you to give me some time to do that. Please forgive this last bit of weakness. There's nothing weak about you. You've showed me. You've shown me that you have the incredible courage to change yourself from the way you used to be. So I'll support you until the end, and I won't rush you until you're ready. If I'm the sun lighting your path, that's because I wanted to shine more brightly than anyone else, so that you'd look only at me. Without you, there's no way I'd become anything like a sun. So I'll wait, no matter how long it takes. Thank you, milady. Milady's a bit stiff, don't you think? May I call you by your name? Sure. Oh, but only when we're alone, okay? Otherwise, it might make things tough for you. Good point. Nasan and George-sama are doing the same, it seems. Oh, very nice. Everyone's in love. Now what? Yes, because of that I was able to think long and hard. Saying it like that would be a bit embarrassing. Jessica-san. Good, that'll do for now. And I'd like to call you by your name, Kanon-kun. You have a real name besides Kanon, don't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet it has that character, like Kanon does. What could it be? My name is Yoshia. Oh, how is it written? You write it as that. Yes. So you're Yoshia-kun. Yeah, that's a great name. Totally better than my weird name. That's not true. Lady Jessica has a wonderful name. Hey, say it again! Huh? Thanks, Yoshia-kun. Is that why Father wants me to call him by his name? No, that's probably wrong. When Father sees me, it reminds him of that other me, past me, and I'm sure that me called Father by name. However, that probably doesn't mean Father would be happy to hear me call him by his name. Also, the fact that you look like a grown woman, so like it's kind of weird. Like he's younger than you, although he's not. But you know, it's fucking weird age gaps. It looks weird. What can I do to help Father? How can I be useful to him? After all, that's the only reason I was born. Yeah, what does Ange think about? Oh, never mind. I was just like, Ange could be like, yeah, this is creepy as shit. No, just, poor kid. I never thought I'd see you feel compassion for Beto. It'd be too cruel to call this Beto and the former Beto the same person. They're completely different people. You may be abide by the rules, this Beto is the Beto. However, saying that would be horribly unfair to her. Butler must be very depressed to have things end up this way after reviving his former rival. I sort of get Oni-chan's despair, but I can understand how this kid feels too. A person can become a replacement for another, not even a past version of that same person. And despite all of that, this Beto wants to be useful to Battler. How admirable. Is that the purpose for the witch known as Beatrice? That is what she claims. She says that she was created to be of service to Battler. So, Beto, who's born for Oni-chan's sake, eventually commits a serial murder and drags Oni-chan into a bizarre game that she calls eternal torture. I don't get it. Yeah. What was the button again? Hang on, I forgot the screenshot button. Let me go back to... What's the screenshot? What's the screenshot shortcut again? F12, that's it. F12. I believe you also understand that one can become a different person over 1,000 years. At the very least, Beatrice was once a pure creature who was born for Battler's sake. It was very clear that in her current feeble state, she doesn't possess any of the... Okay. The sinister witch we all must know must have changed during the 1,000 years since her birth. But if she's 1,000 years old, then that doesn't make sense if you're saying that Battler created her. But then how has she been 1,000 years? It hasn't. We keep getting this 1,000 years business, but I get the feeling that those words are just a metaphor for a really long time in the world of witches. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for telling us this, Ange. As you get closer to the world of gods, the concept of time becomes increasingly vague. 6 years can become 1,000. 1,000 years can be nothing more than a quick nap. One can fit an eternity long enough to be deserving of the title 100-year-old witch in a mere 2 weeks. In other words, the pure Beto transforms into the cruel Beto. During 6 years, it could be called 1,000. Does that mean something bad happened during those 6 years that made her hate Oni-chan? Okay, we're getting answers here. We are getting answers. When she says she's 1,000 years old, she means she's actually 6. That doesn't make sense. During those 6 years, Oni-chan not only stayed away from Rokkenjima, he even stopped using the Ushiramiya name. He had nothing to do with that change. Her hatred has got to be totally misguided. It's cool, like Ange. That song kind of plays a lot with Ange's scene, so it's kind of almost like her motif. Kumasawa-san, there's something I'd like to know. Oh, very well. What is it? My name is Beatrice, isn't it? Yes, that is correct. You are Beatrice, my lady. However, Beatrice that father talks about isn't me. Well, I think father wanted me to be that person. I think that might be why. He was disappointed because no matter how much I look like her, I'm a different person. That isn't true. You are you, Beatrice Sama herself. You have merely lost your memory of the past after being newly reborn. Even without your memory, you are still Beatrice Sama. So then, how can I regain those memories? Well, if I can't regain those memories, can't you at least tell me what kind of person that Beatrice's father loved was? That much I can tell you, but I was born for father's sake. Oh shit, she's using the red. So I want to become the golden witch Beatrice that father desires. Beatrice Sama. I cannot use magic. However, if the witch father desires could use it, then I will learn. I want to become the witch he desires. That's the only way I can repay father for creating me. That's admirable. Without the 1,000 years gone wrong, she really is an incredible kid. A chick of a witch. Very interesting. I've taken a liking to her, Ange. I shall allow this chick to make use of my library. Let us open the door that leads back to the world of witches. What does that mean? So you're gonna make her read aloud the stories on her previous self, okay? The creation story of the Golden Witch Beatrice. Here we go. Answers? Are we getting answers? Is this really the answer arc of Umineko? The answer arcs? Very well. If you wish it, then let us open the door once more. Kumasawa-san. Yay! You must choose the path you are to walk down. Let us call it a path of roses. The beautifully blooming roses may encourage you, and their thorns may torment you. But even so, it is a path that you've walked down before. You may pass through the same 1,000 years. You may pass through a different 1,000 years. If you wish, you may even return back the way you came. I'll move on forward. I don't want to spend 1,000 years in this garden drinking tea. I, Beatrice, was born for father's sake, so I want to live for father's sake. Please tell me about the Golden Witch. Be like, oh, who are you? It's like, who are you? It's like, I'm just a random witch. And me, it's like, who are you? I'm also technically a Beatrice witch from the future, but like another future. It's fucking complicated. Don't worry about it. I am also a witch. I got this little gashapon at a like official Bandai gachapon place. It's from Creamy Magical Angel Creamy Mummy. It was a bunch of like you could get the old toys from it. I got the wand. So look at me. I'm a magical. Well, I'm a magical witch girl. Whatever the fuck. Just ignore me, guys. I'm kind of cringe sometimes. It is the greatest honor to be in your presence, Lady Featherine Augustus Aurora, the majestic witch of theatre-going, drama, and spectating. Raise your head, child of man. I shall give that child the privilege of using my library however she likes for a time. Ange, my Miko, you will see to her needs. Sure, as you wish, my master. You know, you could have just said, let me read your story. Miko of the Witch of Theatre-going, I leave Beatrice in your care. Pleased to meet you. The Beatrice you're trying to become was suffering from something in her own way. At the very least, you've been released for that from the time being. Will you really go on a journey to regain those shackles? Yes. I want to become the Golden Witch. That is the reason I was born. I, the endless and finite witch, Publius Virgilia Maro asks that you make her journey through purgatory a pleasant one, granting her your protection. Huh? Oh, let it be known that as the Miko, the Witch of Theatre Going, and as the Endless Witch and Apprentice Witch of Resurrection, I, Ange Beatrice, do humbly accede to your request or whatever. So, you also bear the name of Beatrice. That's right. I know a lot about you. Please teach me. What kind of person was I? Sure. And I want you to teach me. Why did you become the person you were? Now, are we going to see this, or is it going to switch to another scene? Is the next question. In this library, the fragments showing the tales of all your game. Wait, no, don't. Okay, no, never mind. When she said game, she didn't mean video game. She meant the chess, metaphysical chess. Anyway, the fragments showing the tales of all the previous episodes are stored as books. By reading them, you should be able to learn everything that has happened before now. I mean, I've read the previous stories, but I don't think that's what you mean. By reading them, can I miss? To become a golden witch, one must solve the epitaph of the gold. Oh, okay. And this trial cannot be skipped, not even by Beatrice herself. Cool, I'll be gonna solve this then. I'll do my best. So please, let me read the books in this library. They weren't actually interfering with the play. This was just a bit of directing to shine the spotlight onto the tale of Beato's past, whatever that means. Basically, it means you can do whatever you want. Thank you very much. She likes it when you call her Featherine. Thank you very much, Featherine-sama. Now, are we going to see that, or are we going to skip to the next scene is the question. Was Beatrice born when... was Beatrice born when, Featherine? Yes, Featherine is here. Were you the one who asked me about Featherine earlier? And you were asking, like, what I thought of her? No, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We're near the start of episode 6. So, yeah, okay. When you said, "Oh wow, I'm really excited to see Featherine," I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess she must be a really interesting character." I didn't expect her to have the most garish clashing outfit in the entire game. Because what my girl, what the fuck are you wearing? You didn't tell me about that part, so that was fun. That was fun to experience. Anyway, I was saying, okay, yeah. So, was Beatrice born a long time ago? Was Beatrice born when Kinzo got his gold? Was Beatrice born when Battler did something 6 years ago? Or was Beatrice... What the fuck is Beatrice? So yeah, I would have, but that would have been spoilers. You know what? That's good. You know what? I very much appreciate you for not spoiling some of the crazy shit here. Even if it's like stuff innocuous, like Featherine's outfit is ridiculous. I appreciate you not spoiling that. Beatrice went on a journey to find herself, and dot 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 dot. Next scene, something completely different. Yep. Because you know, if they gave us the answers like that, it would be too quick. It would be too simple. This game is never going to be straightforward ever. Yep. Like, you know, when they spend all this time being like, okay, great, now we'll tell you the truth. Like, of course they're going to then cut away and go to a different scene before they actually tell you the truth, because, you know, that's just how these things work. Yes, okay, the storm has started, yada, 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 yada. No one less blessed with a miracle. Oh, right. That's why. That's why Erica, because Erica got the power of Witch of Miracles. Yada 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 yada. Yep. There's Erica. Flash of lightning, how original. Welcomed in by a storm, same as always. Very good. Yes, come and entertain me, Battler-san. Okay, how long is that? Yeah, 26 minutes, okay. I could have left it off from yesterday, last week then, but like, it's fine. I can't remember. I don't know why I stopped. I think I wanted to have dinner, that was it. I was just hungry. I have a chocolate bar here, in case I need it. Anyway, okay, yep. Ooh, hang on. Okay, so I heard the sound. Okay, what has changed? My headcanon is nearly in every timeline Erica drowned after falling from the boat and Bernie used a miracle to save her this time, which is why Erica is so devoted. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, I mean, yeah, that makes sense actually. It doesn't explain why she looks like why she looks like Bernie though. That's the pro. That's the thing. Like, if she's just a random girl, then why does she look like Bernie? And why does she have almost the exact same name as Bernie's character from Higurashi? And that's just another coincidence. But that would make sense. Has anything actually changed here? Except for these. So, okay, I think this is all just the same. I think this is all the same. Did anything happen? I think I've already looked at this, right? Yep. Yep. The new witch. I think this is all the same. Erica's the same. Witch of Truth. And then we have the future world. We've got Ange. Yep. There's Featherine. Yep. Whether she wins or loses, this will be the last game, and there'll be no further use for her. But I mean, but yeah, if that's true, that would be really fucking bleak. That like, she's just this girl who basically just falls off a boat and drowns every time, and she will go back to being drowned after this. Strange family in a western mansion on an isolated island during a storm. Now that we have a detective stopping by to take shelter from the rain, we've got all the major factors lined up. Have no fear. No matter how difficult the crime, I will solve it. That's a detective's job. How reassuring. It almost sounds as though you want a bizarre crime to occur. I hope I don't have to play the part of the victim. Ha ha ha, ha ha, irony. Dear, you mustn't say such things. Well, the history of the human mystery genre is only around a century old. Its tricks and ideas are limited to a few recycled patterns, so there's nothing left to show. I don't know about that. I'm sure there were mystery novels that existed before Conan Doyle. The only reason mysteries still make for popular books today is because self-proclaimed fans, those who work off pieced together knowledge and who have hardly read any of the classics, mistakenly think that a classic trick they don't know about, through lack of proper study, is actually something new and surprising. Mystery is a genre that ended a half century ago, at least as far as I'm concerned. However, thanks to countless ignorant fools, I get to play my part as a detective. By that argument, wouldn't it mean that romance was perfected back in Shakespeare's time, so everything after that isn't worth reading? Exactly. So if you just read Romeo and Juliet, it's the same as having understood all of romance. Don't know about that one, but sure. That's ridiculous. It's not like there's any need to read more books than everyone else just for its own sake. But on the other hand, you can't be so satisfied with just a few stories like that. Sticking to classics of the past and never reading anything new is a sign of excessive nostalgia, don't you think? That sounds to me like the excuse of an old person who can't be bothered to read more. Read your fucking books. I see. I guess I'll need to read at least as much as you, or else I'll probably lose in an argument. Me? I don't read books. Oh, right. If you're so confident in your reasoning abilities, you must be really good at quizzes and puzzles, right? Alright, yeah. They don't get it. I want my 19th villainous murder mystery is a Kai, and I won 12. Amusingly, this is not a joke. Interest. Okay. I mean, that's it. I like that comment because it's you've got villainous, isekai, and then you've got murder mystery. So is that like a mixture of two genres, or is villainous its own genre, and then isekai is another genre, and you can have the villainous ones, and you can have the just villainous ones, and then that aren't isekai, and you have villainous ones that are isekai. These are very important questions. You can have any and all. Okay, fair enough. Because yeah, I know there's a lot of villainous things out there, and they're all getting some of them are getting anime and stuff now as well, which is cool. But yeah, the villainous ones are isekai. Yeah, so there's villainous isekais, and then if you put murder mysteries in it with it, it's fun. Yeah. I even watched a good murder mystery anime. It's a good question. Probably, and I just can't think. I just can't think of what it is. Well, there's one where the fantasy villain gets isekai'd into the real world, dies, and then gets re-isekai'd back to her life. Interesting. So many flavors of isekai out there. Man, going back to episode 1 after this is gonna be wild, because like everything's a fucking metaphor, isn't it? 106 matches. No need to even write a tournament chart for it. This is less of a puzzle than it is a test of knowledge. There's a formula which shows that the number of matches is always the same as the number of teams minus 1. Erika One-chan, right? Say it. Erika One-chan, that's awesome. Single slice of ice can split into 2 halves, then what is the lowest number of slices you can make? 8 parts. I guess it is like 1. Well, well, if you pile them all up on top of each other, then you could do 3, right? So you put one slice cuts into 2, then you place them on top of each other. Wait, no, if you cut them one slice and you cut it into 2, and you place the 2 on top like that, that would make 4, and then you do that again, it would be 8, right? 3. You only do it because it's cheese. Gotta think three-dimensionally. This is something you can do because it is cheese. Even Dr. Nacho gets it. Could it be? Am I the only one who doesn't get it? Cheese. Cheese. Something you can do because it's cheese? Oh. Oh! I've got it! I was totally tricked. This isn't something you could think of if your mind's all stiff and rigid. No, you haven't missed anything. No, it's just the usual. We will reveal the truth eventually. In the meantime, let's talk about puzzles with cheese. Make two cuts from the top to get 4 pieces. If you keep it like that and cuts across the sides, so it's equal no harder, you get 4 times 2 equals 8 pieces. Yep. 3. Yay, I got it! Huh? Really? I thought the correct answer was 1. Cheese! Cheese for everyone! I thought of the 3-cut method right away, but I figured that was too easy, so I guess I tried to twist it too far. Father-san is right. The correct answer is 1 slice. To think that a human other than myself would give the answer 1. And it'd be you of all people. Your answer was 1 too, Erica? I guess you're also thinking out of the box. After all, it would be truly foolish to simply assume you knew what shape it was after hearing it was a piece of cheese. Fair enough. That's impossible. Oni-chan got it wrong, didn't he? Except for me, explained to a confused person earlier, no, I can't have pizza right now, I'm lactose intolerant, and then subsequently eating a burrito full of sour cream and cheese. Truly, I am a baffling woman. Oh, jeez. I hope your stomach is alright from all that. It says to cut it into 8 pieces, nowhere says they just have to be equal size. The shape of the cheese is never specified. So, like, if the cheese has, like, a hole in it or something? Oh, don't worry, everything gives me a headache, stomachache, therefore nothing does. Oh, jeez. I was thinking about sliced cheese. Oh, or you could do it like that, yeah. I guess you could do it like that, yep. It seems Battler-san was the more flexible one when it came to both brains and cheese. My latest Otome game, Date My Melodies. Folded accordion style. How many times do you need a folder to make 8 sections? 6 times. Okay. Interesting. With normal cheese, it'd break if you tried to fold it like this. But the rules say this cheese can't break unless you use the knife, right? Oh, so this is magic cheese that can only be cut by a knife. After folding it, you start from the top and make a cut right down the middle. Oh, it makes 8 parts. It seems the game with the witch has toughened you up quite a lot. Puzzles without specified rules, in other words, all things not covered by the red truth, are left to the observer's interpretation. Bad eyesight Kun, I'd love to take you to the ball, but the twins lactose intolerance Kun and IBS Chan of dibs. Sorry, mate. Oh man, yeah. And here I thought the Cherub anime was crazy. Cherub anime isn't a real thing. It's from a Prosy Deech sketch. I may be mildly intoxicated right now. Okay, fair enough. What are you talking about? This is how this is like this is what they do in Higurashi, don't they? Because they're like have like a puzzle club or whatever, right? Was Battler's fancy new cloak? Okay. Well, no. See, that is the battler with the cloak is the battler outside of the game board. Right now, we are in the game board. So this is Peace Battler. So Peace Battler is not a witch. He is just an ordinary guy who is playing the game instead of watching, controlling. You know what I mean. The higher realities, exactly. I love how stupid this shit is. Speaking of problems with coins, I've heard that picking up coins is a good way of judging someone's skills with chopsticks. I'm terrible with them. Chopsticks! Yes, chopsticks, that's right. Chopsticks are the most elegant utensil on the planet. Poking things and chopping them off with forks and knives is so barbaric. Chopsticks are the best. For me, using chopsticks is truly an art. Where the hell is... What is this? Who is that? That... Mom. Or is it, it could be Ange, but... Oh, wait, or no, this was that thing where Battler was, like, stuck or something. God, I don't know what's happening again already. Immediately. This is how you know it's a Japanese author, because if it was somebody else, they'd probably make a joke about, like, well, unfortunately, this closet does not go to Narnia. Narnia was a fantasy light novel before they were a thing. It's very true. It is kind of sort of like an isekai, except not the reincarnation isekai. I forgot what it's called. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who this scene is, why this is happening, where it is, when it is. It's the witch. The terrifying witch who rules over Rokkenjima's night. Oh no. Darkness grin and bareness white teeth. Ooh, spooky. Then that mouth filled with eerily white teeth approached my finger that had been twisted up so far I was bound to break, and open wide. Uh, ah. I'm glad it's still light outside. Did you hear something just now? I think I heard it too. It sounded like a clunk. It's probably just the wind hitting a window. This is beat up motion after all. It is pretty creepy. When I was a rat 6 years ago, I remember spending a lot of nights all scared that the witch really was walking around the mountain mansion. So what is it, like Battler's subconscious from 6 years ago? She exists. Beatrice exists. There are guest rooms. They aren't being used now. It looks like everything's falling into place. I'll go get some umbrellas for everyone. Please wait here. Who's the woman in that portrait? Oh, here. Okay, yep. Yep. Beatrice exists. If you say things like that, you'll definitely feel the curse of the witch. Oh, how frightening. Please curse me if you can, Beatrice. So we find you mysteriously dead next morning, or no, it's the curtain raising on a witch's murder case. You're a detective, right? Wouldn't killing the detective off in the beginning be a bit too radical? That would be troubling. That would get in the way of the crime scene inspection. I see. After all, even the Nox rules don't prohibit the detective being killed. I have just what you need. It's a charm that'll protect you from Beatrice's curse. Charm? Oh, the scorpion thing? Yeah. Who are you? Please tell me what kind of person you are. Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Beto had finished reading the plot. Or maybe she just read episodes 1 to 5, right? What happened to you? I am an egg of you. A chick. Your wings should have existed for father's sake. Just when did you have one of those torn off and end up so drastically different? Luckily, she can read. Well, honestly, if she can't read, it might have actually just been the case that Anne had to read the books out loud to her. So, yes, this is a doorway. A doorway to the long path that will lead her to the Golden Witch Beatrice. Me when I have vertigo right now. What is this? Super Mario 64? Unless you're telling me that the there was an entrance to the secret Kuadorian or whatever through the portrait this whole time. But if that's the case, I think that would just be too obvious. Like everyone would have probably tried that. The world inside herself. I will be born, Father's sake. I will be born to live for Father's sake and to serve him. And so, Beatrice was born. Huh? Huh? God, what is this like that like Slay the Princess game where it's just like there's like 5 million versions of them, short hair, long hair, hair up, hair down, wearing different outfits. Good God. Has Beatrice split herself into 5 million things altogether? Or is Faye Fade Natori all over again? That's also true, you're right. Just. Yeah, I'm confused. Hello? Why is your face the same as my own? Well, I don't know why either. I am the Golden Witch Beatrice. Hang on. I heard a ding. Beatrice, the elder sister, a mysterious witch who existed even before the rules. She has the same name as Beto, but she wasn't given the goal of devoting herself to Battler, the final version of the witch sealed away by Kinzo. She spent her days pulling small pranks and clearing away the magic-resistant toxin, all for the sake of her resurrection. She is similar to the evil spirit of Akuji Kishima in many ways, such as her fear of spiderwebs. She is the one who gave Shannon the golden butterfly brooch. What the fuck? Hang. Oh my. What? I mean, okay, that's an answer. We are getting an answer in an answer arc. There's multiple Beatrices. Beatrice I. What? But so is this like? Yeah. So is this like Kinzo's delusion? Anyway, I guess this at least explains episode 2 then, right? It was that, I don't know. Was this the Beatrice that Rosa saw and then fell from the cliff and died? Or was that a different Beatrice that's going to show up in this? I don't know. This is really like, yeah, Slay the Princess vibes, where it's like, oh yeah, no, there's like different versions of the girl based on everyone's interpretation of what the girl has to be, right? A group of Beatrice is called clones is called a Sentinel. Please get therapy. I am the Golden Witch and the ruler of Rokkenjima's Night. I know of Ushiromi a battler, but I have trouble imagining why I should have to serve a brat like him. Can we do the fusion dance? What the fuck is a fusion dance? So you pull your hands out and you go like fusion. Where did you learn that from? I don't know. Somehow I feel like it's the internet. Even though the internet, wait, actually, never mind. The year is 1986. Dragon Ball has only just started. This joke lands completely flat. Please ignore me. You are my little sister. I have been here since long before you were born. Does that mean the mission to live for... Yeah. I don't think my whole existence is something quite as fate and intangible as a mission. I have enough of a personality to think and act as I'm doing now. Future Trunks and Future Trunks brought it early. You're right, Future Trunks and the other Future Trunks from the other timeline when they went in after his timeline got blew up, and then we said I have the ability to go to a different timeline and I can take you there so you can be a place where you're happy. But there will be the other versions of you and my there. I want to know about you. I also wish to know. I understand that you are also me. Why is it that you speak that way, and why must you serve Battler? Until we grow to understand this, it seems both of us will remain immature. I wanted to become a complete Beatrice. Until you were born, I was complete. However, now that you have appeared, I believe that accepting you is my fate. I also wish to know about you. Where are we? Is this the hall of the mansion? Oh. Precisely. This is the hall of the Ushiromiya mansion. The night is my first time. The night is my time. And the nighttime mansion is mine as well. That fool Kinzo is still so desperate to catch me or revive me. How truly ironic. Here I am, openly ruling the mansion every night. So, what do you do here? I have lost my body, and due to the effects of that hateful shrine, I have no magical energy. However, my power is reviving bit by bit every day. I can't wait to eventually undergo a spectacular resurrection and have a good laugh at Kinzo. I can't wait to tell him that I've succeeded in escaping from his cage. Simply put, I'm a ghost killing time around by wandering around night after night. with nothing to look forward to but besides teaching that old man a lesson. May I join you? Of course! After all, you are a part of me. How could the left hand refuse the company of the right? Why should I refuse? I shall be pleased to have you, my little sister, the new Beatrice. Thank you very much. Oh, nay, Summer. Somewhat embarrassing name, but it is not bad. Come, let us go. Let us take a walk through the nighttime mansion. Let me introduce you to my boring everyday life. This is a weird game. The old Beatrice has a different outfit because she predates the portrait getting put up. Well, I actually don't know if that's even because the Beatrice with the fancy dress is the new Beatrice, and maybe I guess that works. You know what? That's you probably. The only problem is that she looks like sort of looks like more sort of modern outfit, right? Like she's dressed as a schoolgirl, so I don't really know why it's that. It wasn't anything big, but I got into the habit of writing things down. I'd write down wherever I put something important. For things that happened often, I made a checklist and always made sure to check it. ADHD fucking mood, am I right, guys? So, did you see a Beatrice or didn't you? Oh, I didn't see her directly, but, well, some very strange things did happen. You know, the... Oh, okay, that's cool. The hotel let me cast stream stuff. That's cool. I hope you're having a good holiday. Little sister, do you understand the anti-magic toxin that humans possess? So, in other words, we mustn't enter a human's field of vision. Correct. So, by unlocking the window like this, we can leave behind proof that we really did exist. And that is why I unlocked it. One day, we will become a single witch and rule over all of Rockenjima. When that time comes, we will gain complete freedom and be capable of stretching our wings as we please. Logic of the witch side is quite interesting. It keeps me entertained. It does sound credible in a way. When humans are frightened to hear that they've entered a ghost hotspot, they're likely to start yelling, "Ghost! Ghost!" at the drop of a hat. That's right. At the fundamental level, all phenomena are neutral, indifferent, and dull. If you want them to be viewed in a certain way, you must first create a suitable environment. If a person has charisma, people will interpret what they do in a positive way, even when they screw up. I see. I guess in that sense, the Beato's small efforts aren't misguided. Yep. I understand. Beatrice was doing pranks to make everybody believe that witches exist, so that she can be more powerful. Right, okay, but then they're saying that theoretically this might not have even happened, or if it did happen, it might not have actually just been from magic. There might have been a reason, but as long as nobody knows what the reason is, it might as well be them, and that makes them more powerful, and they actually had done this. Whoa! A result without an observer can possess an endless numbers of ways in which it might have occurred. Humans who can't grasp anything more than a single possibility are unable to imagine anything. However, people who believe in the possibility of a witch can imagine that it's a witch's pranks. When that happens, the scene of Beatrice's prank that we have just seen is etched into the fragment as a fact. That's one of the foundations of magic, embellishing the process. Magic is the power of mass delusion. Not all magic is bad. Maria Renee-chan was right. Good magic exists too. It may be necessary for a child of man to possess the power to repel evil magic. However, refusing to burn away and defile love-filled magic is part of how love in the human world works. Well, good magic is the only kind I can forgive. For all other kinds, the best remedy is to deny them and burn them away. A typical answer for a child of man. Getting back to the point, knowing this much, I guess this means that the ghost Beatrice, who is called the ruler of Rokenjima's night, doesn't actually really exist. It's nothing more than a general term for any inexplicable occurrences that take place in the mansion after dark. In other words, Beatrice isn't the name of a person, it's the name of the phenomenon. We're starting to get answers. I kind of assumed this already, so yeah. If anything bizarre happens, it all becomes the work of a golden witch. Yep. That environment in which the witch could exist is what Beatrice is, yeah. That keeps building on itself until we reach 1986. The power of coping. Yeah. This is the veil that the true culprit is hiding behind. And the person hiding behind it is, without a doubt, a human. So you are saying a human did it. Perhaps that holds true at this point in the witch's tale of the past. However, I doubt you can use that argument alone to fight all the way through 1986, don't you? It can still win this, guys. Ridiculous. Wasn't that obviously because someone forgot to lock up? Shannon isn't the only one. So all of the eerie things that are supposedly done by Beatrice are baseless rumors, which are either the result of coincidence or accidents or something that someone might have fabricated for fun. Is that what you're trying to say? Exactly. Of course there's no way Beatrice exists. Good. So she showed you magic. Could you explain in detail what kind of magic? She would always use magic to give me candy as a present. Sorry, it's me. I'm Beatrice. I am real, and I am your problem now. Beatrice can create candy with magic. She just took it out of her pocket, didn't she? No, she didn't. It was magic. It was incredible. Tons of candy poured out of an empty cup. Well, that's some awesome magic. That's right. That really would be magic. Yeah, it was magic. It really was empty. I checked inside it myself. Huh? What do you mean you checked inside it? Give it a rest, Erica-san. She's just a kid. Come to think of it, Erica-sama, would you like some more Yeah? No, thank you. I'm having a seriously intellectual discussion over here. You outsiders can stay out of this. You'll have to tell me in more detail, Maria-san. What do you mean when you say that you checked inside it? Fortunately, we have right here with us a teacup that's just been overturned and emptied. Come on, be my guest and reenact what happened then, okay? Let's see it if you would. Let's see it. The joke is, by trying to show so adamantly that these are all delusions, Erica is the one that's acting like she's delusional. Stop it, both of you. Yeah, so Roselia, in last timeline, Erica described herself as an intellectual rapist. Yes, that was the actual words they used on the screen. I think they should have translated that as something different, but yeah, so. Oh shit, which Maria is here? It is magic. It is magic. But you don't use magic to make candies appear. Then why don't you reproduce it for us? Founder of Magier Sorcière, Maria, the Witch of Origins! Lady Erica, this opponent is not worth your time. This battle is not worth fighting. Shut up, Murderzole! Okay, how do you claim that the overturned cup was filled with candies? Just turning the cup over won't make candies turn out, because you have to use magic. Vito can use magic because she's a witch. Oh yes, magic. She used magic. How did she use magic? Did she swing a magic wand and tap the cup to make candies pour out? No, that can't be right, right? Vito's a witch, so she uses magic. Magic happens when you say an incantation and cause a miracle. You can't use the magic that makes candy unless you say the incantation. Oh, sure, understood. Good, good, very good. Let's see this incantation. Let's see this magic. Come on, what kind of incantation would a witch use? What kind? Come, try and picture it. The inside of the cup is filled with candies. good? And this is what you'd like to call Beatrice's magic, is it? Lanor, beat her to death. As you wish. I won't let anyone deny Vito's magic, because magic is magic. Magic is impossible. You might be telling a lie about something that never happened. Oh shit, she's just stabbing her with the blue. Repetition demanded. Failure to respond will be a violation of Noxus 7th. Ha! I'll respond. This is the truth. This is a story of something that really happened. Oh shit, now she... Well, yeah, I was gonna say, now she can use the red, but she's a witch, so of course she is. This wouldn't have anything to do with the trick in the actual cardboard table, making this just a sleight of hand, right? That would be against the rules, wouldn't it? Hidden devices and tricks in violation of Noxus 3rd. Like, if we just stop and think about this, this is absolutely ridiculous. These are two children being like, I made magic come out of a cup. Like, no you didn't, because magic's not real. It's like, we'll prove it, magic. Like, before it was, like, there were people getting murdered and stuff, so it was like, there was a bit of strategy, not strategy, a bit of stakes to this. Here there are no stakes. This is why Lana is saying this is not worth your time. It is literally just children. Local detective owns 9-year-old with facts and logic. Exactly, that is literally what this is. It's hilarious. However, if and only for... Which also kind of again reminds us that, like, this is all Trini bullshit, right? They're all just doing Trini bullshit. And given that there is a 9-year-old here, that, yeah, like, she can do the Trini bullshit. This is her thing. However, if and only foreshadowing has been presented, these are permitted by Noxus 8th. There were no tricks like that. It was just an ordinary table and an ordinary cup. So it was magic, not sleight of hand. Understood. By Noxus 9th, we acknowledge that Lady Maria witnesses magic. That's right, with the 9th at least. Observers are always allowed to speak their personal opinions. Otherwise, mysteries where the culprit is seen dressed up as a woman and it's written, I saw a woman, would all be disqualified. Sure, that's fine. Claim you saw magic all you want. All truths are nothing more than claims. So I'll make a different claim and see straight through yours to the truth. Oh, to Lanor. It's Lanor with a D. Yeah. Yeah, Roselia, I think the easiest way to explain Umineko is everything runs on the rules of Trini bullshit. So, if you want to make a witch slaying puppet that runs on the rules of the Noxus laws of murder mysteries, that's it. Nothing to see through. This is magic. This is magic. Only witches can use it, right? That's right. Only witches can use it. So if a human like me could use it too, that would mean it isn't magic, right? You can't use it. Only Beto can use magic. Good. Then why don't I show you? I'll make candy appear from out of this empty cup. If you think you can, just try. Impossible, impossible. Useless, useless. There's no way a human can do it. The only thing I knew Umineko before these streams was some witch and whatever killing people with jelly and cake. Yeah, that was episode... I can't remember if it was episode 2 or 3. Yeah, they did do that one time. She did do that one time. But did she actually? This is what we're saying. Maybe she didn't do that. Maybe this is all just Trini bullshit and somebody being like, oh yeah, I saw the witch and she killed people with jelly and cake because she's so cool and has magic and has awesome magical powers. Like, everything in Umineko is apparently a metaphor, and I don't know how this all connects together, but it is, maybe. Let it be known that this fight has no purpose. I think I need more rum. Okay, can you say the incantation for creating candies? In fact, why don't we say it together? Stop! Maria-san, why did you close your eyes when you said the incantation? Why not witness the miracle of magic? Humans are polluted by the... Oh, no, sorry, that was Erica. Humans are polluted by the anti-magic toxin. If a lowly human saw it, the miracle of magic would be wiped out of existence. That's why the rules say that lowly humans have to close their eyes when using magic. I I see. Okay, I understand what the protocol of humans to follow when magic's being used. In other words, not once have you ever witnessed the moment the magic happened. Isn't that right? Look, it's done now. Please try and lift up the cup, okay? See? This is magic, right? Erica, you can use magic too. See, it's magic, isn't it? What I did there. Yeah. So, in other words, of course it isn't! Well, you had your eyes closed. I just lifted the cup up and tossed the candy in. You call that magic? It's the third-rate trick, yo! There's my blue truth as the detective. Now as the witch of truth, here's my red truth! Your so-called candy magic is nothing more than a sleight of hand. Just a sleight of hand and the fake witch calling herself Beatrice or whatever claimed was magic. I mean, seriously, do you really get fooled by such a stupid parlor trick? Any magic related by your perspective can't be trusted at all. Everything you ever thought was magic was just a trick that you didn't get. There's no way that was magic. There's no way magic exists. Huh? It's Sakataro. It might have been sleight of hand when you put candy in this cup, but that doesn't prove that Beto's magic was also sleight of hand. Ooh. However, you also can't prove that only magic could have done it. You rotten stuffed animal! No, I think it's sleight of hand. I think that's the... Anyway. I can't... Google it. Please, allow me to speak. Know that this is a meaningless battle. You goddamn scraps of paper! Why'd you have to put in the good part? That is enough. Lady Maria has been shown that the candy cup magic could possibly be a trick that she misunderstood to be magic. Therefore, her claim that it was magic is dismissed. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea with Erica. It's like, what if the detective was just an asshole? So even if they were saying things you agree with, you don't want to agree with her because she's such an asshole about it. Please allow me to speak. Chill the fuck out. However, it might have really been magic when Maria saw it. Just because it can be done by sleight of hand doesn't disprove magic. Well done, Lady Erica. Congratulations on crushing Lady Maria's illusion of the witch. Congratulations on crushing a 9-year-old child. Do you feel very, very cool now? Okay, the illusion of the witch occurs when someone tries to force the acknowledgement of magic by claiming that the thing would be impossible without it. It's how witches launch an attack. If someone's able to successfully argue back so possible without magic, the illusion of the witch is defeated, and the witch must retreat. Wasn't the illusion of the witch what they called the Beatrice from episode 5? Anyway, Magic Maria's claim to have seen could have been the trick, so it was unqualified being lost magic. That was only because of this battle, was still too early to bring finds that made it dying Beatrice, yada yada yada. Just one more step and I'd been able to have taken heart as innocent as smooth sand just after a wave had pulled back and tear it to bits. What a shame. This isn't any fun anymore. Are you satisfied now? Ouch, ow, 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 ow. Diplomatic immunity. This battle is over. Allow me to speak. Diplomatic immunity accepted. Know that this fight is childish. Has Sakatara been added to the magics? No, I don't. Wait. No, I don't think Sakataro is in this section. But I'm pretty sure in the previous one said that like Sakataro has diplomatic immunity or something, and like nobody else is allowed to actually touch him. Yeah. So Rosalia, if you're listening, Sakataro is Maria's stuffed animal that one time you know what? Let's not talk about whether Sakataro was alive or dead or not, because that's a whole other story. But basically, one time, Maria was kind of just, mass hallucinating. They're like, oh yeah, look, Sakataro talks and walks, and he's like a human, and so that's what this Sakataro represents. Let us withdraw. Lady Maria is no longer an enemy of yours, Erica. You'll need to pay attention. What in Tane? Like I said, everything's a metaphor. At least when it comes to witches, every witch is a metaphor for something. Or somebody's delusions or something. Oh, that's right. What do you think? Simply by the existence of the overturned cup, this level of reasoning was possible for Furido Erica. What do you think, everyone? That's basically her catchphrase. And that pretty much sums up the entirety of the story so far. Hear you. Vito is a witch. Hear you. Vito is a witch. It was magic. It was magic. It was magic. We don't use magic to give you candy. You don't need to doubt that. Hear you. Please believe in Vito. You know that magic can't bear fruit unless you believe. Okay, let's go, Maria. Let's play cards together in the room upstairs. Erica-san, as an adult, I can't say I was very impressed by that conversation just now. My apologies. I'm still just a kid after all. I started noticing it as soon as the after-dinner quiz party. Your personality really is screwed up. Do you think this is fun? Do you like tearing a little kid's dreams apart? Please stop, Butler-sama. Please, for my sake, don't push any further here. Let's go. Let's spend this year in the cousin's room again. What the hell are you trying to save her? Got a problem? They do exist here and there. Humans who are practically lumps of the toxin and don't believe in magic. There were lots of boys like you in my class. They don't believe in witches or magics or miracles or happiness. Can't become a witch if you let the toxin of people like that burn you to ashes. I may not look it, but I am Beatrice's disciple. I am the apprentice witch of origins. Good. You've got some guts. Good night, Miss Maria. Let's fight in a more challenging game next time. Sure, let's. It's a promise. You know, the funny thing is, like, at the end of, I guess, was episode 3 or... Yeah, at the end of episode 3, basically, what was it? Andrew's basically saying, she was kind of almost implying that, like, maybe Maria is almost the culprit. Maria is the reason that this whole thing has happened. And, like, everything is happening because, what was it? She hurt Maria's feelings because she denied magic or something. And it had... And I guess, so, like, Maria does clearly have an important role in Umineko because she has that, because they mention it, she had, there was at least in timeline 1, I don't know if all timelines, she writes a message in a bottle, or at least a message in a bottle that says it was signed by Maria, detailing the events of what happened in Umineko. And that is how everybody finds out about Umineko, and that is how the mystery of the Umineko thing actually happens, and the mystery of what actually happened, and how the whole thing is like this alternate, different versions of what might have happened, etc., etc. So, like, we could say in that regard that, yeah, maybe it is Maria's fault if she actually wrote that letter, if the letter actually exists. If we're in that timeline where there is that, you know what I mean. God, it's so fucking confusing. It'd be very interesting if they managed to, like, condense all of these plot points into, like, one thing. Listen, I wanna feel like I am at least reading and I having some sort of comprehension of what's going on. Maybe. I mean, this episode fucking 6. Surely by this point I've learned something. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just in the bath. Why the hell am I nodding? You can't see me. But then how would Maria will know about the event that she wasn't present for? But it just reminds me of a DBZA joke. Was it DBZA joke? Yeah, and then yeah, like Frieza's like explaining how like story of Bardock or whatever, and then like Vegeta's like, oh no no, it was a story of like oh how I killed Vegeta's father and whatever to Vegeta, and then Vegeta's just like, how did you know about the parts you weren't there for? And he's just like Frieza just like punches the shit out of him again. Yeah, games 1 and 2 were in message bowls that washed up. Yeah, and then okay, yeah. Anyway, here's interesting. You just missed them. They went up a second. Okay. I heard that you know a lot about the story of Akuji Kishima and the Tale of the Witch of the Forest. Okay. Yes, well. So in other words, Shibuya. Oh yeah. I need to keep I need to rewatch Dragon Ball DBZA season 2 one time because I've always been meaning to that one day. No, of course we're not going to hear that part because that part might be important. For shizzle, Master Pencil. Well, because the whole thing was like I only wanted to react to the new episodes, and I'd already watched those episodes. But then one time I did a live stream of doing reaction to all the old episodes, and like that was fun. So that was like years ago as well. Top of the other reactions, which were also years and years ago before that. So Erica-chan, huh? Just an odd kid. So I just can't seem to get along well with the young kids these days. You're still pretty young yourself, George-san. I guess it's because I've always been the oldest of the cousins. It's always made me feel like I'm not one of the young ones anymore. Alright, so this is gonna be the romance scene because, like, no offense to the George Shannon shippers, but it's probably the least interesting subplot. Also, I don't think it really has anything to do with anything. Maybe it does. Maybe the whole thing is basically saying, oh yeah, maybe George and Maria weren't in George, not George and Maria. God, I'm thinking about like Earthbound or whatever. Mother One, uh, George and Shannon. Those reactions to how I found your YouTube channel, of course. I mean, that's how everybody found my YouTube channel. That's kind of the whole thing. Besides, like, 1 or 2 people who, like, found my YouTube channel from, like, when I was doing collabs with other Dragon Ball Z YouTubers and whatever. But, like, I understand that's where a lot of people found me first. That's just not how, that's how I started making content. Because I felt like it. And then people were like, holy shit, it's a girl. And, maybe other reasons. Obviously, people like me for other reasons, but it's a good niche. Got it from Geekdom. Did that one fan out of you as Judge Dredd or something, Lamau. I don't even remember that. Wow. Must have been a while back. I remember Risu used to do some fan art of me, and that was kind of fun. Like 1 or 2 bits, not much. But um I know yeah, I mean I just kinda I've been chatting Precure on AJ's like Toei Sakuga server, because he made a separate Precure channel, and Reese is on that there as well. Well, I mean, Reese isn't just on that server in general. Was it Reese is the one who makes those like who made those like Dragon Ball Super like Microsoft Paint memes, like Microsoft Paint comics? the real shit post ones. Um, yeah, and those blew up on Twitter quite a bit. So George backstory? Nah, it's not really much. Like I guess yeah, like George doesn't really have much of a backstory. He's like I guess he changed, but like yeah, it's no real. I do like George though. He's fun. Almost tempted to press the skip button. I fell in love with you and grew thanks to the power of love, is what I've told you so far. The truth is, the turning point was a much more negative emotion. Oh, maybe this is interesting George backstory? I mean, his mum is kind of messed up. His dad's nice, though. I like him. My parents brought me up to treat women with care. Okay. I'm not actually. I didn't know how to interact with the opposite sex. Oh my god. George, I deified them excessively, and though I always behaved in the gentlemanly ladies first kind of way, I was probably outright afraid of interacting with girls. Oh no. Okay. Because of that, I started to wonder why I couldn't get a girlfriend if I was so gentlemanly. And I eventually came to the conclusion that all the women in the world had no taste, and I started to hate all of them selfishly. Oh no! George was an incel! Oh no! Oh no, George! Oh, okay. When you were in middle school. To them getting a melon. It's alright, George. It's okay. He's fine now. He learned. It's fine. Envy, probably. That's unexpected. But envy over what? I saw you and Batlerkin having a really good time talking. It made me envious. Me and Battler, Summer? Probably seemed trivial to you two. However, it still made me envious. Was this 6 years ago, or is this like just now? I don't want Battler to hear what I say next, no matter what. Can you promise me? It's going to be a shameful confession. Still, I want you to hear it. So this is what a witch of theatre going peeps in on during her spare time? Stories of love are precious in any age. I never tire of them. However, I do find that expression of virgin disgust on your face even more amusing. Okay, so we have so basically, are we trying to say the reason why we have this love story shit is because Featherine thinks it's fun in... Okay, yeah, it's many years ago. They don't have a young Battler Shannon sprite. Lol. They should. I don't know why. I'm really surprised that there's a like. I guess maybe this game has zero budget, but I am surprised if they're gonna go and like update all of these sprites. Like, why not make some new ones as well? I don't know. Maybe they couldn't do it with the code or something. Like they just like put like a placeholder being like replace this sprite with this sprite, and so then they couldn't do that. I don't know. Oh my, that was it? They just popped in to say, why the fuck are we here? Like, I thought it would, I was like, I really like love stories, so let's just pop in. This is an absolute waste of time, you know that. Yes, but it's fun, so let's put it in. For a long time back then, I thought of Batlakun and Jessica-chan as bad-mannered kids. No, let me be even more blood. I thought that even the way they talked was vulgar. It's true. I don't mind if you hold me in contempt for that. I don't. People are allowed to think anything they want inside their hearts. In fact, I think you are all the more commendable for not letting it show on the outside. Thanks. I secretly looked down on those two. I was so conceited that I truly thought I was just overflowing with gentlemanly charm compared to them. I was at that age where having a girlfriend felt like a necessary condition to becoming a real man. I thought that Batlakun and Jessica-chan are always... Jessica-chan. Jessica-chan. I'm like saying it like it's American. Who always joked around, spoken of rude, vulgar fashion, would never be able to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. I might have used that argument to distract myself when I still couldn't get... Well, yeah, anyway. I was the inferior one, the deification of the opposite sex and my fear which I hid under the guise of lady first. That's been Battler and Jessica's personality from the beginning. Okay. Yep. I hate to bring this up because of Giorgio Nichan, but I find people who act too overtly like a gentleman a bit creepy. It's like they're virgins trying too hard or whatever. Did I say something inconsiderate then? No, it's the opposite. You didn't say anything at all. My conceited delusion was that I was the only one ever reflected in your eyes. Was crushed. One day I suddenly realized it. All of you were getting along with Batlakun and Jessica-chan far better than with me. Playing around and having a good time. Sickening, isn't it? It just assumes that you liked me, and even had some childish fancy that we might end up dating. I once idly felt as though my girlfriend had been stolen from me and made myself feel hurt. I was such a pathetic man. That's when I finally realized how foolish I'd been. George-sama. So what did you learn? The reason I had no charm because of my cowardice. Okay. Even though that was the reason I first started to take you seriously, there are no lies in the way that I feel about you now. I swear to love you all of my life. I will not lie about that for anyone or anything. I am prepared to take you as my wife, even if it means having the entire world as my enemy. George-san. have you as my wife, I will become an even more accomplished businessman than my father. I mean, considering that he is shit knee deep in debt, you know, there is room for improvement. And after several challenges and adventures, I hope to find the limits of my potential. I want to reach that peak together with you. The view from there will be nothing no one can show you but me. Sounds fun. I'll be with you wherever you go. Yes, I want to have children, yes. Yeah. Like 3 of them at least. One boy, at least one boy and one girl. And what if all 3 are boys? The next one might be a girl. You can have a 4th one. Doesn't matter how many, okay. Saya. Yes. Let's get married. Yes. It's like fucking. It's like, okay, let's get married. Yeah. Please take this ring and put it on your finger. Yes, George-san. Interesting. Because before it was like in the other ones it was like I'll give you 1 day to put the ring on, but this time it's no. I swear to resolutely stand against any fate that may attempt to stand in the way of our future. My parents might criticize this marriage. However, I will not let them stop us. I'm going to inform them of our engagement, not ask for their permission. If Mother says she won't allow our marriage, I plan to have myself disinherited, and we'll leave this family together. I've been prepared for that since long ago. I swear once again to resolutely stand against all fate. Anyway. Me too. I swear to stand against all fate to get in the way of our future, George-san. Father-san, when will the crime start? I've just about had it with this love show. Oh yeah, see, here we go. This is... Be quiet and watch. Sure, fine. I'd hate to yawn and let some spectacular bit of foreshadowing slip by. Do you have no love? Are there any mystery novels that accept love as proof? No, there aren't. I do understand, more or less. Love can at least become a motive for murder. I can interpret the scene between the arbor to represent a possible motive for the crime if their engagement is somehow impeded. Then again, no matter how much people talk of love with words that aren't read, it's just an illusion. That's sad. So you could never love a human without proof given to you by a witch. Please put an end to this frivolous love talk. I'm your enemy, not a friend who you can talk to without love just for the hell of it. I can't understand you at all right now. What on earth did you figure out? Weren't you and Vito always insulting and trying to kill each other? What kind of truth could you have reached to make you change your emotions regarding her? Please don't tell me that feeling of true love sprouted from your murderous rivalry or anything like that, okay? Lady Erica, let us have him continue with the game's progression. Boring love scenes such as this are best finished quickly. You've got a point there. Sorry for butting in. Come on, let's move on. Eric, imagine trying to mash the skip button. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Skip the scene. Can I go to the next scene, please? Where's the next scene button? This doesn't have. What do you mean? This novel doesn't have a next scene button? Thanks for giving me some time. I'll stay here for the rest so you can go to sleep now. So it's my turn next. Yeah, sorry, but we aren't going to lose. And I won't lose either. Even though you've always been a coward and let Milady take the lead until now? Wasn't it you who taught me, Nason? What did I teach you? Past is immaterial when it comes to love. The present is all that matters. If that's true, then I think my present is in no way inferior to yours, Nason. We are furniture. In order to become human and receive the miracle that allows us to love, we must rely on a miracle of magic once again. To think that her brooch would actually prove useful. It's the only magic within our reach. Oh, yeah, the golden butterfly, which Beatrice went. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, right. Okay. And I'll be back soon. After all, they have asked me to play cards with them. Yeah, good luck. I'm sure Milady will be happy. That takes me back. That's something I gave Shannon, if I recall. I always wondered if they lost it after Cannon stepped on it, but it seems they still had it the whole time. Gone, yep. I read about this magic brooch that can save a love relationship. Yeah, I mean, this was in the thing, yeah. But then, one night, purple lightning smashed the shrine. Those of those surrounding islands called it an evil omen. Well, now I think about it, that must have been a prelude to Beatrice Summer's resurrection. Wait a second. Yes? That shrine was built by a traveling Shugenja monk to seal up the evil spirits of Akuji Kichima. Isn't that right? Yes, that is correct. It was one who possessed a vast supernatural power, and who placed that power within the mirror, and placed it within the shrine as a sacred mirror to seal the evil spirits. Something feels off about that. Why would a shrine to seal the evil spirits of Akuji Kishima also seal Beatrice? I think, didn't they just say that? Was it in here? She is similar to the evil spirits. I don't know. Maybe not. Well, that's because the sacred mirror's spiritual power. I see. So it's this really convenient sacred mirror that works on both evil spirits from the east and witches from the west. Got it. I'm still not satisfied, but I'll be back off there from now. What I don't understand is why Beatrice can't stand spiderwebs. That's just the legend of Akuji Kishima. The origins for the legend of the witch Beatrice came after Ushiromi Kinzo moved to the island, when rumors sprouted around the mysterious legend of the gold, as well as the witch mistress gave it to him. In other words, the evil spirits of Akuji Kishima and the golden witch Beatrice were originally completely different things, and yet the stories treat them like they're the same. Well, now. The doorknob to Kinzo-san's study has a scorpion magic circle drawn on it, which represents a charm against evil Western sorcery. That's why the Western witch Beatrice can't touch it. I can understand that part. There's no reason for Beatrice to dislike spiderwebs. I don't remember spiderwebs ever being included among the things witches can't stand. In my opinion, those two legends about the evil spirits of Akuji Kishima and the witch Beatrice have been mixed together a little. In fact, maybe they've been fully fused together as one. There's no visual image to go along with those evil spirits. That's when the legend of the witch called Beatrice came in. A witch is a lot easier to picture than evil spirits. And on top of that, Kinzo-san had a portrait of Beatrice drawn and displayed. In other words, the lack of a visual image, which was the one weak point in the legend of Akuji Kishima, was finally completed. Since then, perhaps the two legends have been mixed together. Once again, this is what we're saying, that Beatrice is a metaphor, right? So, if there really was someone claiming to be the Golden Witch Beatrice, I'd really like to ask her whether she actually does hate spider webs or not. What happens when she touches them? Simply by the existence of the legend itself, this level of reasoning is possible for Florido Erica. What do you think, everyone? Spider webs? They burn if you touch them? I'm fine. You are? Huh? What's going on? That's what I would like to know. Why are you unharmed? I don't know. What I don't understand is why you do get burnt from touching a spider web. I do not know. It has always been like that since I first gained consciousness. And are you? No, I am not one of the evil spirits of Akuji Kishima. I am Beatrice, ruler of Rokkenjima's night. Even I do not know why I have the same weakness as this island's evil spirits of old. A spiderweb's the only thing you can't handle. Yeah, I cannot touch the doorknobs of Kinzo's study. Strange. Though you are my double, you are different from me in several ways. Well, I might be able to touch the doorknob. If I ever get burnt like you did, I don't think I'd heal that easily. It's as though you are a normal human. Yes. Even I find it a little hard to believe that I'm a witch. I can't use magic like you, and I can't get strange burns or heal from them later. Father believed that I was a great witch reborn, but I cannot believe that. Who are you? I am Beatrice. I was born for father's sake. And you, One-sama? I am also Beatrice. I used magic to give Kinzo gold, but later became a soul in the formless witch that haunts this island. Just who on earth are we? Unlike me, you seem to be in possession of a body. Huh? Really? Yes, I thought of it while listening to that Erica person. Yep. Do you want to try? Do the fusion dance? Beatrice, didn't you just hear what we were saying before? The year is 1986. Dragon Ball Z doesn't exist yet. We can't do the fusion dance. Fusion. Huh? Alright, then I guess no. I was just typing it. Gabby, why did you bug my office? Sorry. It's what happens when we're all aware of foreshadowing literary devices. I get the feeling that learning about each other will lead us to something very important. Alright, well that's the end of a chapter. And it's getting close to 8 o'clock, so I'd say it's time for me to eat dinner. And that means it's time for the... Oh god, it's been 2 hours already. Yeah, so then definitely. Nothing has happened. There has not been any murders yet. I feel like I've learned nothing. But that's Umineko for tonight. Thank you for the stream. Glad you can make it. Yeah, meanwhile, Battler is still locked up in the dungeon. Or something. Like, really, nobody knows. Welcome to Umineko. where everything is a metaphor, but also not a metaphor. The truth is always there, but it's not there. They told you, but they didn't actually tell you, and you can never know what's actually going on. Damn, I didn't know it was that kind of game. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. That's the fun about it, really. That's the fun of this. So, yeah. See you guys soon.